Hello everyone, once again, this is Marshee coming to you with another Starcraft 2 game. Today, we have a TvT on Nezarine Crypt. This is, in fact, a throwback game back to the patch 1.40. This was back when I was in Silver League. I was just a wee little Zergling at the time. Anyways, let's go get ahead and start introducing the players. In the top right, we have Xerxes as the Red Terran here today. And in the bottom left, we have Kingpupu, also known as AngryKittens. AngryKittens sent this game to me today, wanting me to cast it. I already casted 2 of his games, both dealing with mass ravens and some crazy secret missile shenanigans. Also with pure auto turret abuse. And it was just pretty ugly for both Zerg players that he had. They were always just massive flocks of Mutalisk, and they all just kind of die at the same time. And it was beautiful and dangerous, both as a Zerg player. Anyways, we have Kingpupu here, just doing the normal wall up at the ramp here, waiting for enough minerals for the barracks. I believe the barracks here costed... Barracks in this patch costed still 150, but I believe it takes 5 seconds longer now. I do not know. I do not know my history as Terran. But that's okay. Let's bring up the production chat so we just know what's going on. Looks like the barracks are on queue. They are both being built at the same time. So pretty identical opening so far. But let's see where the deviation is going to happen. And then another barracks going down for Kingpupu. So we do have Kingpupu. I'm so childish. We do have a 2 racks coming out of Kingpupu, while looks like just a regular old 1 racks for Xerxes over here. Money's a little high, throwing down 2 more barracks, so we have a 3 racks coming out of Xerxes to the 2 racks of Kingpupu. So we are just going to have to wait and find out what's going on. These SCVs are going to meet eventually, and they are just going to say hello to each other. I guess these are 2 Rebel Terran factions. Kingpupu is getting the scout on. He will see all of these command centers, barracks in production here. So we do have 2 barracks, so Kingpupu will have a higher Marine lead for just a short moment until these barracks are finished. And somehow this SCV gets away unscathed. These Marines didn't even try to shoot at it. I guess they are their Terran brothers, so why fight when you don't have to? We do have no gas for each player, and we do have the orbital command morphing for Xerxes, so he'll be able to drop scans, drop mules to get that extra income he might need. And Kingpupu also already has his orbital command finished. That was a little sloppy on my part not seeing that. And we do have a bunker being placed here on the top of the ramp. So it looks like Kingpupu's doing some 1 base play here, while Xerxes is looking towards the longer macro game. He is already starting to expand. 2 Marines out in the front. You have a nice little Marine force with Kingpupu. And then another barracks going down for Kingpupu here. Also, his command center is about almost halfway done, while Kingpupu's is a little over half. So, not too shabby timings with the command centers, but pretty much everything is going according to plan. Kingpupu just playing a little bit on the safer side. You have double gas coming out of Xerxes, and these double gas for Kingpupu is not quite done yet. And it looks like Xerxes will have a 100 gas lead, or maybe 120 gas lead before Kingpupu can put SCVs into his refineries. And we do have 3 barracks producing Marines, 1 actually not producing Marines yet. Kingpupu having a little bit of a bank, not the biggest thing, not the biggest deal in the world. But as a player, if you want to get better, just make sure your money is low and you're just producing things at all times. It doesn't matter what you produce, really. At this level of the game, if you just keep making your money low, keep producing things, you will be just fine. We do have a factory coming out for Xerxes, so we might see some Marine Tank medevac play. While it's just solely looking like bio for Kingpupu here. And not opting to float now. As soon as I say it, he is going to float that command center over to his natural and start the mining process right away. Xerxes doesn't have that much mining, so the income should be. Xerxes does have a little bit more income than Kingpupu, but not by much. And once he morphs into an orbital and starts producing SCVs, his income will surely go up as well. Kingpupu opting for a quick +1, while so just really upgrading his Marines. He does do the scan in Xerxes' main base. He knows that tanks are the most likely culprit coming out of this, and we do have a starport maybe producing medevacs, so we will have a Marine tank medevac push. We have a good number of Marines here, and Xerxes doing a really good job of keeping his money really low. Meanwhile, we have tech labs coming on to 3 of these. Wait a moment, he's not doing what I think he's doing, is he? I don't think so. Nope. He's just producing Marauders. He's not going to make all these into starports. He's going to research Combat Shield and STEM at the same time. So there's a little timing window where Xerxes can come and do a really, really good hurting on Kingpupu, but I don't believe so. He does have this bunker on the high ground. He could come down and really deny this natural, but I believe he's just going to wait for a pretty good force, or just siege up on his own and have a good defensive stronghold. Now, I heard that TvTs are like a chess match. It's all about positioning, getting your units in the right place. Protoss versus Protoss is more like whoever gets Colossus first wins. Zerg versus Zerg is like a slapping competition. They just kind of slap each other with Zerglings and Banelings until one dies, which is a horrible way to go. So it does look like a Bioforce coming out for Xerxes here. He will lack the... Here comes the SCV train going down to the natural. But oh, really good pick. Oh no, oh my gosh. That was 2 medevacs full of Marines dying. That was really good placement for drop. Really good Marine placement for drop right there. And that put a serious hurt on Xerxes. Good job on Kingpupu putting his units in position, killing both of those medevacs before they even had a chance. And look at the units lost now. That's 1,200 resources lost by Xerxes. So whatever sort of income advantage he had early in the beginning is now gone. Both players are now floating a lot of minerals. Let's take a look at the army tab. It is still very even supply in army. Xerxes does have the worker advantage. So Kingpupu actually, that drop just caused him to go even with his opponent here, instead of putting him way ahead. But now this push will now be delayed a little longer. He is down 2 medevacs, but he does have 4 tanks, and that is a pretty scary tank force. Meanwhile, we just producing Marauders, Ghosts. We're producing wow, and we're getting Ghosts out. That's really interesting. Look at that production tab up so I don't miss anything. We do have the armory coming down for Xerxes. Going to upgrade the Dim tank to maybe make a Thor or 2. I don't know how good Thors are in TvT. We will find out. And now we have 2 more factories coming in with Tech Labs, going to triple produce tanks. He's going to have a load of tanks, and that's going to be excellent against the Bioforce like this. We do have Kingpupu. Someone has messaged me frantically on Facebook, but I'm going to ignore it. Kingpupu is building a bunker down at his natural and building a barracks, trying to get a semi-wall off here. And this SCV is actually mining with one hand, believe it or not. The other one is holding a big old clump of minerals. So this is a very, very good SCV. We do have the Mobius reactor, personal cloaking. I don't know my thing. We have personal cloaking coming for the Ghost, and I think I know what's going to happen here. We do have another Ghost Academy. I think I know what's going on. And look at that, what's being built. Again, personal cloak, but I'm expecting a nuke to come out any second now, and this game just got 10 times more exciting. However, Xerxes has a pretty scary sized force here. Triple producing tanks. We do have medevacs coming out. No sort of reactors on these barracks, so they only produce the Marines one at a time, and these Marines aren't even rallied just yet. We do have Vikings out for Kingpupu. They're going there sniping. Yes, this is exactly what's going to happen. Little old, no action just yet, but I'm excited. There they are. There's 2 nukes being made, and this game just got 20 times more exciting. We do have a ninja expansion coming out for Kingpupu, and based on the scouting of Xerxes, Kingpupu could actually take all these bases up here with command centers, and no one would know except for him and me. But that's okay. We do have Hellions coming out, pretty good against Marines, except Marines can shoot back from range, while Zerglings just kind of run until they get roasted to death. We do have a Thor out onto the field. Thor is here! Everything going good so far. Just both players playing really passively. We do have a bunch of Ghosts out. Not that many Marines. A bunch of Marauders. And we have 3 Ghosts. This Bioball is not very big. And this army is scary, let me tell you. He almost, if we look at the army supply, he almost has 1.5 times the army supply of Kingpupu, and almost double the amount of workers here. And by almost, I mean, well, sort of, kind of. Anyway, here comes the big scary death push coming from Xerxes. We're going to watch and see how this happens. And we do have the Ghost coming out. Oh, I am so excited to see what happens. This lone Marine will just kind of die a horrible, horrible death. And these Ghosts, man, Stealth Squad, Spec Ops, let's do it. But here comes this really scary push coming from Kingpupu. Has no idea what's coming yet. And these tanks are already sieged up. And here comes the nuke! Oh, here it comes. And I don't think Xerxes sees it. Oh my god. Dear old sweet lord. Let's look at the units lost tab. Oh! Oh my god! Everything just sort of died. Kingpupu said sour about that. Xerxes going home with a tank with 10 health and a Thor. That Thor is going to have post-stress traumatic deaths, whatever. And here comes more nukes coming down. Oh my gosh. This tank is going to... Wow, this Ghost is a boss. He just took 7 hits from a tank. I don't know if you could do that, but I certainly couldn't. But, oh my gosh, and the Ghost is sitting here cloaked on hold fire position, not shooting. Could actually start kill this tank to death. Boom, tank's dead. Could actually do a couple snipes, but it doesn't matter. I don't know why Kingpupu is not moving out across the field. I guess he wants to end this game with nukes, and I don't blame him. You have another Ghost down here. Marine, that's actually the same boss Ghost. We do have this ninja expansion, so we do have a 3-base Kingpupu against Xerxes. That's just silly. That was the best nuke ever. We do have 2 command centers coming out for Xerxes. Kingpupu's money's really high, and he's actually not producing anything. He's focused a lot on micro. And here comes the nuke again. But that tank will just die really quickly. And we do have 1-1 Marines with stim pack, with the with combat shield, and we do have concussive shells for there's the stem forward, and these units just died. The tanks are not even siege. They are now finally getting siege, but I believe it's too late. They might get a shot off. They got 1 shot off, and that army is just wiped clean. We do have this 1 tank rolling to its death. The rally point is really, really off. These tanks will now get a couple shots off, but it's not going to matter. Tank's got 4 kills, and everything's just going to die from Xerxes. That was the nuke of the game. GG coming from Xerxes, a GG from Kingpupu, and that was an incredible game. So super oversaturation. I'm so glad that nuke went off. Just the fact that the Terran army just didn't move at all was pretty funny. That was, oh my god, that was such an amazing nuke. Alright, well that's it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this cast with Angry Kittens, or Angry Cat, whatever. I think it's Angry Kittens. Sent me that replay today. So I want to thank you all for watching, and have a wonderful day. See you guys later. Bye.